we have done nothing for 3 weeks now in a row. I mean, what is going on at Manchester United? You've really got to start questioning this and bringing everyone into play, into dispute. What the hell is going on at Manchester United now? Because it's just a complete and utter joke. Hey guys, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Welcome back to the channel, United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Hope you're all having a great Sunday evening. Hope you've all had a great weekend. And I hope you're all looking forward to this final week in August 2023 this year. First of all, do me a massive favour for me, hit the like button, the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, United Red Devils 20 on YouTube, share the video, hit the tweet button, hit that retweet button. Remember to always put the notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more Fortnite, Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 4, FIFA 23, EA Sports FC 24, Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 4, and much more brand new stuff planned for all of you amazing people the rest of this year in 2023. Good evening to everybody. Good evening to all you legends. Good evening to all you legendary people. And welcome to Week 10 of the Summer Transfer Window Assessment with Manchester United Football Club. And another week, no signings, no one sold, and a weekend we only just got the win over Nottingham Forest with 10 weeks of a transfer window, and for the last 3 weeks, United have frustrated me, they've angered me, and quite frankly, really pissed the fans and the supporters off. Effectively, United are scraping the barrel in the last week of this summer transfer window, trying to bring players in because United have now got severely desperate to try and get the fans and supporters off the backs of John Murtough, Richard Arnold, and obviously the Glazers. And United are now desperate. They are panicking. And I'm hoping this week, in the last week of the transfer window, is going to be a good one, because I'm not going to be happy if we go this last week of this transfer window and we do nothing. And nothing's been done for 3 weeks. And it's really disappointing because there was an opportunity for Manchester United to have this whole week off trying to get players in. But they are now going to have to push for their targets. They're going to have to bring the players in they want. And it's got to be done this week. The window is open till Friday. And hopefully we will get deals wrapped up tomorrow and Tuesday afternoon at the latest. And I think United have got to be quick. We can't afford to be messing around. We can't afford to be sat back doing nothing. And this weekend, what have we actually done? What have United actually done efficiently to let players go, bring players in? What have United realistically done to try and make headwind of so far of what, has been a bad transfer window? It's been a joke. There's so many fans and supporters out there that basically say that United have had a really, really good transfer window. And quite frankly, it's not. It's been really, really shit from day one. 3 weeks of doing nothing when we're sat there being lazy, inefficient and incompetent. And United cannot get away with this any longer. Enough's enough of the mess, the bullshit, the PR and the excuses that come out of this football club on a daily basis, that we have to sell to buy. Financial fair play is a major issue still at the football club. We have to get rid of players to bring players in. I think all these excuses are basically to protect the Glazers. It's to protect their incompetence. And basically, they want to praise John Murtough. They want to praise Richard Arnold for doing such an efficient job all summer long for Man United, when it's been a complete and utter disgrace for the last 3 weeks where United have done nothing. I don't think it's acceptable. I think it's quite frankly disgusting. And basically what's happening here is Erik ten Hag is being thrown under the bus by the board, by the Glazers. Third season in, Ten Hag is sacked. A new manager cycle begins all over again. And history will repeat itself. United are causing their own mess. They're causing their own mistakes and they're causing their own errors. And this is why we never win. This is why we're not successful on the pitch. This is why we don't win trophies. And this is why every manager we've had so far has been sacked. Because the backing they want and they think they deserve has not been given. And I completely agree. Ten Hag has not been given the backing he wants. He's not been given the players he needs. And United are in an absolute mess behind the scenes. It is an absolute circus. It is an absolute pantomime. And Man United should be, quite frankly, bloody ashamed of themselves for putting this fan base, these supporters, through the absolute mill all summer long, trying to be positive. And there's going to be a positive impact on the pitch where we've picked up 6 points from 9. We should have beat Tottenham. We beat Nottingham Forest only just yesterday. And you can see in that team the quality we don't have. The squad depth is on its knees, and United are suffering. And that is why we are playing piss poor football, because there is no energy. The club is exhausted. Those players are on their knees. And basically, that whole entire last season where United put their foot to the gas, that gas has now run out, and Man United are out of steam. We have got no engine in the midfield. Our defence is crumbling with the injuries to Luke Shaw and Malacia. You've also got the attack, which is not scoring goals. And United have not addressed all three of these positions that United need to adjust very, very quickly. And this week has got to happen. This week, United have got basically 5 days to get 3 or 4 positions in. Can Manchester United be trusted to do that based with all the excuses and all the crap that they come out with? I don't think they will. I think Man United are going to PR this all week long, and they'll take this to deadline day and no one else will be brought in. That is what I think is going to happen. United are going to be in their PR machine on overdrive this week to try and cover up this transfer window because of how bad it has been. It has been bad. It has been the worst transfer window, in my opinion, since the days of Sir Alex Ferguson. And no wonder we are in the mess we are in. We're a joke. We're an embarrassment. We're a laughingstock. And there's no positivity coming out of this football club. The only positive yesterday was we won the game against Nottingham Forest, and then the protest happened where the fans staged an hour-long sit-in at Old Trafford to protest against the Glazers and to sack the board. And I applaud every single Man United fan and supporter who did that. I am with you in there in spirit because I feel exactly the same way you all feel. I am fed up with the Glazers. I am fed up with this board. The excuses all summer long have been, quite frankly, pathetic. And United should really be hanging their heads in shame. We're not acting like a football club. We're acting like a business, only there for the revenue and the profit. And Man United suffer long term. And then every manager we have has eventually been shown the door, sacked by the owners, sacked by the board. And the recycle begins all over again, where United bring an interim in, get them till the end of the season, bring a new manager in, new manager bounce, and the cycle begins again and again. United have got a busy week. I expect plenty. I'm hoping is going to be done. I'm hoping, obviously, the Dean Henderson move to Crystal Palace is going to happen. 20 million deal agreed. We got the here we go from Fabrizio Romano this morning. Dean Henderson is on his way out. That deal really should have been sanctioned 2 or 3 months ago. Dean Henderson was desperate to get out of Manchester United. He wanted to leave the club, and Man United have now waited till the last week of the transfer window to sign that deal off for him to leave the club, where Dean Henderson should have been shown the door as soon as that transfer window opened. And at least United have got 20 million, 50 million plus 5 million add-ons. It looks like, we'll get that confirmation of Dean Henderson as a Palace player by at least maybe this evening or maybe tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow morning, that the confirmation of Dean Henderson's move to Crystal Palace will happen. And then, obviously, the backup goalkeeper will be then brought in. It'll be that Alte Buendia. I think it's how Banadia. I think that's how you pronounce it. He's the Fenerbahce goalkeeper. The only reason he is leaving Fenerbahce is due to the pure fact that he has fell out of the fans, fell out of supporters, and basically wants out of the club. And basically, Fenerbahce fans and supporters have forced him out. They have forced him out. They don't like him. They don't respect him. And basically, Fenerbahce have sold him to Manchester United, 4.3 million euros. The release clause was met by Manchester United last week because Fenerbahce have brought in a brand new goalkeeper now. So, excuse me, I'm tired. So, I expect Alte Buendia to be announced tomorrow, and we get the here we go for that once Dean Henderson's completed his move to Palace. So that will be the backup goalkeeper solution filled very, very quickly. Obviously, we are still stuck with Tom Heaton. I wish we would have found some money and got rid of him as well, but clearly we don't need 3 goalkeepers. We only realistically need 2. And we've let Dean Henderson go. Kovar's gone as well. And then Tom Heaton was really the only one out of the goalkeeper position I wanted to get out the club, because I don't rate Tom Heaton. I don't think he should be at a club like Manchester United. And in my opinion, Manchester United should be doing better than Luton-style, Everton-style players in Tom Heaton. He shouldn't be at the club. He's not a great solution for the third-choice goalkeeper. But we're having to keep him because Henderson's been sold. And, we're stuck with a backup Fenerbahce goalkeeper that I don't really know a lot about. I'm hoping he's going to have a good career at Manchester United. And obviously he will battle Onana for the number one spot. But does that signing excite me? Not really. It's not really a signing I can sing and song and dance about. It's a backup goalkeeper. It's not really the ideal position we really should be focusing on. United should have been doing a lot more better with players being brought in quicker than what the pace we are showing. And this weekend has shown it yet again. We've done absolutely nothing. And it's really, really frustrating. I don't want to have to keep criticising this club and moaning. But as a Man United fan that cares and actually gives a shit about the fans, the supporters, and this historic, greatest of all time English football club in Man United, I feel like I've got no choice. I don't think enough is being done. I think this whole summer long has been spin just to get the positivity out, especially knowing we're back in the Champions League. We got top four last season. We won a trophy. And I honestly thought United would have built on that success last season and backed this manager efficiently to get him every number one priority target that he wanted at United this summer. And basically, just like last summer, United are panic buying in the last week of the transfer window because they desperately need reinforcements. And basically, the manager's been thrown to the wolves. He's been thrown under the bus and basically he's been told to get on with it and been told financial fair play, sell to buy, two pathetic excuses that have been lies all summer long. Both those issues are not a problem at Manchester United. All this financial fair play crap is a load of bullshit. United are just using that to cover up their incompetence. And all the sell to buy, United don't need to sell. That's a load of bullshit as well. And I wish the football club would stop lying to the fans. I wish they would stop lying to supporters and just get on and buy the players Ten Hag is looking for. And that, will have to happen this week. I don't think the club have got no choice. The money now is there to bring in Amrabat, Gravenberch, a goalkeeper and a left back. That 20 million United have got from the Dean Henderson sale from Palace, that money hopefully will go towards Amrabat. Hopefully that will get done this week. It looks like it's going to be Cucurella as the left back option that United bring in from Chelsea on a season on loan. I think for me, Cucurella is better than Luke Shaw. He's better than Malacia and actually can keep himself fit and hardly gets injured. So I would be happy if we brought a player like Cucurella, who was great at Brighton, went to Chelsea and then ended up having to work under Potter and Lampard, with both managers then being dismissed. I think Cucurella's Chelsea career has been a disaster. It's not worked out because I think, in my opinion, he didn't want to go to Chelsea. He wanted to go to Manchester City and work under Pep Guardiola. But basically, Man City didn't want to pay the fee or the wages that Brighton were looking for the sale, and the wages probably Cucurella was demanding at Manchester City. And eventually, when he saw Graham Potter leave Brighton for Chelsea for the new manager position, Cucurella became a number one priority target for Graham Potter. And then how did that work out? Graham Potter was sacked. And I think, Cucurella is not the number one choice at left back for Chelsea anymore. They've got Ben Chilwell. They've got that Ian Maatson, who was on loan at Burnley last season. I think Cucurella could regenerate his career if he comes to a club like Man United, where at the moment he's probably guaranteed first team football, because it looks like the injury layoff to Luke Shaw and Malacia. Luke Shaw's out till November, which is making Man United panic for a left back. And this is why we're looking at Cucurella. We're also looking at Sergio Reguilon, who's at Tottenham. And there's rumours we are looking at Marcos Alonso from Barcelona, but that's been played down this afternoon. due to the fact that Marcos Alonso doesn't want to leave Barcelona. I think he'll stay, and I think the one we'll go for will be Cucurella. So that would be the goalkeeping situation. So with the left back, hopefully, if Cucurella comes, he's got to go straight into the left back position. He's got to go straight into the first team because we haven't got the reassurances that we haven't got a left back. I mean, that Alvaro Fernandez, I see so many fans and supporters of Man United saying this kid deserves a chance at left back. He needs to be the priority for the future. But this guy was on loan at Preston North End of the Championship last season. Didn't exactly work his magic and work his prime ideal solution in a Championship team that, this season are doing very well. Preston North End are doing very well this season so far after 4 games. I don't think Alvaro Fernandez is the right player to go for at this period of time due to his lack of experience in the first team, as well as not playing. He's not getting any Premier League experience. He's not coming onto the pitch playing. So for me, if Cucurella comes in, which I'm hoping is going to get done by, this week as well, Alvaro Fernandez, for me, I would look for a permanent sale. Sell him to Granada, because I know Granada are looking at him. Sell him. So, we can get a sell-on fee. Hopefully, maybe a buy-back release clause where we can buy him back in the future if Manchester United are desperately in need of him. I don't think they will. I think they should sell him. But the problem is, if you sell Alvaro Fernandez, you've then got no choice you basically have to keep him, because the only left back cover is him if Cucurella comes in, because Malacia, I don't know what injury he's got, but this looks like a lengthy time away out injured from the United first team. So I think I can see why United are going for a player like Cucurella on loan. It just depends if Manchester United pay the loan fee what Chelsea want, because Cucurella cost Chelsea £65 million when they first bought him from Brighton, and it basically has not worked out for him. And I feel sorry for Cucurella because I really, really rate him. I think he's a very, very good player, and I think he would be an ideal candidate for that left-back position. I think he would be a first-teamer in the future, and if it includes an option to buy him next season, I would do it. I really, really would do it. I'm not opposed to getting him, but does that signing excite me over the backup goalkeeper? Yeah, that excites me more than the backup goalkeeping position. That's what I prefer more. That is what I'm hoping is going to work out. It just depends if United and Chelsea can agree the loan fee, the loan deal, and let Cucurella go to United for a season. But will Chelsea be willing to sell him to a Champions League club knowing United are desperate at left back? That's one thing you've got to ask yourself. Will Chelsea sanction it to improve a Champions League's club's injury crisis? That's what Chelsea are probably looking at that. And it depends if Cucurella is pushing for the move as well and for first team football. And I think he's going to look at Man United. He's going to look at the injury crisis. He's going to look at the option they've only got in Alvaro Fernandez. And then Cucurella's like, well, I'm not getting in at Chelsea. I'm no longer the number one priority position at Chelsea under Pochettino. I think my bet is to go to Man United, go for a whole season on loan, get the move signed permanently next summer, and then I'm a Man United player. I think that is what will happen. Like I said, it will take time to do a deal with Chelsea. You know what Chelsea are like. They know what they did with us with Mason Mount. So it really does depend on United and Chelsea coming to some kind of agreement in the middle to get that loan fee for Cucurella signed, sealed and delivered. And hopefully we can get that done by tomorrow as well. And then I think the big talking point as well, there's the midfield, the centre-back and a striker that also does need bringing in before the summer transfer window shuts Friday evening. And I actually am going to check what time this summer transfer window shuts, because I would like to think that, United are going to be efficient and they're going to be ruthlessness this week and get the players in they need. Because if they don't, United are going to have a bad season. The Champions League campaign is going to be tough as it is. And we've also got the FA Cup, Carabao Cup to defend. And we've also got Premier League football. So United better start moving quickly, because I don't want to be sat here, because we're going to do deadline day live watch along all day. We're going to be sat here doing live transfer deadline day live watch alongs. That is the plan for this week. And obviously, if we get any breaking news, transfer news before Friday, when it's deadline day, we will go live and react to that transfer news, and we will go live for it. But it just depends on what is Man United's ambitions, because I don't want to be sat here Friday and all they've done is brought a backup goalkeeper in, because that isn't fucking good enough. I'm sorry. If all they do is bring a backup goalkeeper in, United might as well give up the season and throw it away, because at the end of the day, United have got no ambition, there's no structure, and there's no clear indication that Man United are actually bloody trying. United are one of those clubs that like to be slow, they don't want to be held to ransom, and they don't want to do their job properly, and they haven't done it all summer long. And United, this week's crucial, because I think Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay could still both go. I'm hoping that will happen. I think Harry Maguire is the most likely to go. I think Harry Maguire is the most likely out of the pair of them to go. Scott McTominay, they'll only sell him if they get a 40-45 million bid. I'm hoping a club, maybe like Newcastle, will come in for him, or maybe West Ham come back in for him. But it depends really if United can get the money they're looking for McTominay to get rid of him. Will they do it? Is a big question you've got to ask Man United, because they had a 30 million bid from West Ham a few weeks ago and United rejected it out of hand. That was 30 million in the pockets of Man United spending on the midfield. That should have been accepted, and Scott McTominay should have been gone. He's never going to be good enough. He's not playing hardly any first team minutes. He's not getting on the pitch, and he's not proving an asset to Ten Hag that can offer something going forward. We've basically got two major assets, Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay. Both deals could still happen. But like I said with Scott McTominay, I think he's more likely going to stay. I think Harry Maguire is the likeliest, because if rumours are true, West Ham have gone back in for him, and I'm hoping that comes to a conclusion. West Ham are probably going to have to offer Man United more to pay Harry Maguire off. Will West Ham do it and say, well, we got a deal agreed with you for 30 million. If we give you 40, 10 of that goes to Maguire to pay him off, and that 30 goes straight to you. Will United and West Ham do a compromise, or will we loan him? Will we loan Maguire out is another big question. I don't know what Man United's intentions are, but I want Harry Maguire gone, because he's not played any first team minutes for this club so far this season. None against Wolves, none against Tottenham, and none against Nottingham Forest. But the problem also you've got, if the Varane injury is bad, will they keep Maguire as a backup? I don't think they will, because you've got Lindelof there. I don't rate Lindelof either. I think Maguire and Lindelof are both as crap as each other, and both are really inefficient at defending. United, I would rather sell both and bring two centre-backs in to back up Varane and Lisandro Martinez. But if the Varane injury is bad and that's going to keep him out for a number of weeks, they may be forced to keep Maguire, because what if Lindelof pulls up injured? That's the trouble United have got. So if we can sell Maguire, I do think we'll bring the centre-back in. I wouldn't rule out Benjamin Pavard, even though it looks like Inter Milan is the most likely destination. But if Man United could somehow resurrect the Harry Maguire deal, and like I said, West Ham go back for him, I think Pavard could still be an option from Bayern Munich, but it depends if Man United are looking at that long term, because you'd have the left back and the right back solution sorted because Pavard likes to play at right back normally, but he wants to introduce himself to the centre-back position in the future. So maybe if we can sell Maguire, great. Bring Benjamin Pavard in from Bayern Munich, and then we've got a right-back and a centre-back for that position guaranteed for the rest of the season. And maybe for the future, because it will be a permanent deal for Benjamin Pavard. So I would say watch out for the Maguire and McTominay situation. I think those two things could really, really hot up. But if United are playing hardball, United will do what United normally do. They'll keep both players on stupid wages, a stupid contract, where in a year's time their valuation is going to thinner and thinner and thinner, and it will dim away. And that optimism of them both staying at Man United again next season will happen. Ten Hag will want to get rid of him. I'm hoping the club will listen to him this week, because there is so many deals we're looking at. I mean, Todibo from Nice could still be another option for Harry if we get rid of Harry Maguire. I think Nice would be there to agree a deal with us if we can get rid of Maguire. But it depends if we can get rid of him. If we can sell him, I think Todibo will come straight in. Or maybe Man United hijack the deal for Pavard. It depends on Harry Maguire. United have got this money and this asset set there waiting to sell. Maybe United will sanction it this week. Let's wait and see. So another situation is, well, we're going to talk about both of them at the same time, is Donny van de Beek, Eric Bailly, and Anthony Martial. The Donny van de Beek deal is holding everything up. At the moment, solutions could come in for Donny this week. It's been reported even Fabrizio Romano saying it. Donny van de Beek needs to be gone this week. It's not worked out. His Manchester United career has been a complete disaster. He's not playing any first-team football. He's not even been on the bench for the last two games against Tottenham and Nottingham Forest, respectively, in the Premier League. I think Donny just needs to accept it. And I think, United and Real Sociedad are still bloody negotiating for Donny. United want a permanent sale, but then Real Sociedad wants to loan him and get a Man United want an obligation for Real Sociedad then to buy him next season permanently. I don't know what's going to happen with Donny, but like Fabrizio Romano said, Donny van de Beek is the most likeliest player to be out the door this week. Hopefully Donny will get a solution and he can resurrect his career that has been haunted by injury. And basically, I'm not blaming Ten Hag. It's not Ten Hag's fault. I am blaming Solskjaer and Ralf Rangnick for the use of him, because they hardly bloody used him. And I feel sorry for the lad. I feel really, really sorry for him. Donny van de Beek is one of my favourite players, but it's really not worked out at all. And it's really, really gutting. It is gutting. I thought Donny van de Beek would come here and be one of the best midfielders in the world, and it's not happened. I feel for him. I really do feel for him. But I think he has to look elsewhere for first-team football. What could happen with Donny van de Beek? Well, Ajax have just sold Mohamed Kudus to West Ham. Got some very, very good money for him. Great signing for West Ham, by the way. I think the fans and supporters will be excited to see Kudus in a West Ham shirt this season. I think he's going to do very well for them. That's Kudus and Alvarez from Ajax. Ajax have sold both to West Ham. So West Ham are looking strong, which they are already after 3 games. They're like top, joint second at Milton Tottenham. Maybe Ajax come back for Donny van de Beek. Is that an option? I think if Ajax want him, United need to sell him back to Ajax. I think if you can get 20 million for Donny, that's probably the best what you can get, and he can go and resurrect his career back at Ajax, and I hope it works out for him. I wish Donny van de Beek all the best. I'm just hoping we don't have to keep him, because that's another player we should have got rid of, but we haven't done it. And then we move on to Eric Bailly. Surplus requirements, not even in first team training, not even in the dressing room. And basically what's happening here is he also wants a payoff. I think Eric Bailly is looking at 700,000 as a payout he wants from Manchester United. He isn't going to get that, by the way. United will not sanction a 700,000 payoff for Eric Bailly. Ten Hag doesn't want him. I think Olympique Marseille are also looking at him again on a permanent deal. Will he end up at Marseille again? I think it's possible. I think Marseille's interest is there, and hopefully they can get a deal agreed for Eric Bailly. But it depends what Man United are looking for, really. If they're looking for stupid money for him, that's just crazy. I think a 3 to 4 million compromise between Marseille and Man United could be reached, but Eric Bailly would probably, wages-wise, be on at least... He's probably on at least 100 grand a week at United, I'd say at least. But will Marseille be able to afford it, or will they loan him again? So Eric Bailly's move is in limbo. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I'm hoping he's going to be gone as well, with Donny van de Beek, Maguire and Scott McTominay. So that's the update I have on Eric Bailly and the debate and the chat that I think's right to have and this discussion for his future. And then we move on to Anthony Martial. Yesterday was dreadful. Question marks is, this guy needs moving on. His attitude stinks. I don't think he's trying. I don't think he's putting no effort in. And up front, as a striker who can't put the ball in the net, I mean, come on. There's another asset there you could get rid of and make some money from. You could get 20, 25 million for Anthony Martial. Of course you could. You could get that money for Anthony Martial very, very easily. You could. 20, 22 million, maybe, at a compromise with a selling club. But I don't think any clubs are looking at him. And I think this is a big problem. They're looking at his injury record. They're looking at his wages he's on. And they're looking at, well, we thought Martial, we will loan him. I remember when we loaned him to Sevilla, why we did not make that permanent. I don't know. I don't know why Sevilla didn't buy him, but I can see why they didn't buy him in the end, because he was just crap. And he showed it again yesterday, down the middle, up front, and he's meant to be the problem with the goal-scoring issue. I mean, bloody hell, United have got themselves in a right fucking mess here. Martial should have been shown the door weeks ago. I remember when there was rumours West Ham were interested. I knew that was bullshit. There was no way West Ham could afford Martial's wages. Not a blimmin' chance. I don't want Martial here. I don't rate him. I don't think he's had any positive impact since he's been at this club. And his injury record says the least of that. Look how many times he's picked up an injury, and look how many times he has cost Man United up front, and he's not scoring the goals. So United have got a dilemma. Can they find a buy for Anthony Martial this week? Can they do it? Can they really work on Donny van de Beek, Eric Bailly, Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire and Anthony Martial? Can Man United work out on 5 departures from the first team in the week? Only time will tell if Man United are efficient. If we don't see movement by at least tomorrow or Tuesday at the latest, United are in big, big trouble. And I don't want United to suffer this season. I want United to succeed like every other Man United fan and supporter wants. I want the best for all of us because I want this club to succeed. I just don't think United are caring about the situation. They have got dug their own grave, basically. I don't think United are giving a damn. I don't think they care that they're being slow and inefficient. I don't think personally they care about the pressure they're on from the fan supporters. I think they want to run for the hills and act like they're Mr. Billy Big Bollocks and it's all okay. We don't need to panic. We're not being held to ransom. I'm sorry, but you've done nothing for 3 weeks and it shows that you've signed no one, and it's embarrassing. We're heading into the last week of the transfer window again, panic buying. So United better get a bloody move on and start moving some of this deadwood out, and it needs to be done this week. So that's Anthony Martial, Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire, Eric Bailly, Donny van de Beek. Those 5 need to go this week. It needs to happen. Someone needs to sanction those deals off. Hopefully, all 5 of them will be gone. Most likely, Donny van de Beek first, maybe then Eric Bailly, then maybe Harry Maguire. We've talked about Todibo and Benjamin Pavard. Obviously, we've talked about the brand new goalkeeper bringing in Altay Buendia from Fenerbahce when Dean Henderson's move is officially completed. So that will happen. So then, United's biggest problem is the midfield. You look at that midfield yesterday, and we are lacking energy. There's no engineering tank at CDM now. Casemiro and Eriksen and Fernandes are still very sceptical this season about what as those three players aim for glory at United this season, because after 3 games after really one game yesterday, it showed that midfield is lacking severe depth. If Donny van der Beek goes and Scott McTominay, United, for me, have got to bring in at least 2 or 3 midfielders this week. And there are midfielders out there on the market. Ryan Gravenberch from Bayern Munich, Amrabat from Fiorentina. I think the most likely out of both of them is Sofyan Amrabat, because he's been waiting for Manchester United since June. We are now at the end of August, beginning of September, and we have still not got it done with Sofyan Amrabat. He is getting impatient. He is frustrated. And he's trying to get Man United to hurry up because he wants to move. He's not in training with the Fiorentina first team. He's not going to play for the club again. And they are desperate, Fiorentina, to get him moved on. Amrabat, I want at Manchester United. He was one of the best midfielders at the 2022 World Cup last year and was very, very impressive for Morocco. Look at the impact he could have on that Man United team, would be second to none. Amrabat, for me, would be a first-team starter. He'd go straight into the first team. And then you wouldn't really need McTominay because you've got Amrabat, Mason Mount, Fernandes, Eriksen and Casemiro. That's 5 midfielders. Amrabat is desperate and he is still waiting. And I think Fabrizio Romano has tweeted earlier that Man United will make an offer for Amrabat very soon. Well, when is very soon? Because this needs to happen today, not tomorrow, today. Because once it hits Monday, we are going to be in that week of day by day that counts down and United haven't done anything. You're just getting even more nervous. And I don't want to be in that situation where United are getting nervous and they are impatient. I want United to get these deals done quickly. Amrabat wants to move. He wants to come to Manchester United. He's waiting for Manchester United. United have got the money, by the way. The Kovar money, they sold Kovar to Bayern Leverkusen. That should cover the Turkish goalkeeper Altay Buendia from Fenerbahce. That money from the Kovar sale should cover the backup goalkeeper. You've just sold Dean Henderson for 20 million. That really is enough to get Amrabat in. That 20 million there, and if United can find 3, 4 or 5 more million, they will get Amrabat done. Amrabat should be a Manchester United player come Friday evening when this transfer window slams shut. If he's not, I would be very pissed off, not just with Manchester United. I'd be fuming with the board. I'd be angry with these owners because they've denied a player his biggest opportunity in his life to come and play for Manchester United, who is desperate. You saw that performance for Fiorentina and that UEFA Europa Conference League final at West Ham when they lost 2-1. He was one of the best players on that pitch. And he wants the move. Ten Hag is desperate for Amrabat. He is wanting reinforcements this week. If we can get this deal done with Amrabat, quickly done, personal terms won't be an issue. But it depends on Man United's speed to stop telling him, be patient, be patient, be patient, be patient. There's only going to be a limit to Sofyan Amrabat's patience. He's not a take that song. He wants to move. He wants the move. So if I were United, I would bloody hurry up. Because if another offer comes in from another club, he's going to take it. He ain't going to be stupid and say, oh, do you know what, United? You've led me on all summer. You said you were going to buy me. You said you would get the deal done with Fiorentina, and you've still not brought me. And you've made me wait nearly 3 fucking months. If I was Amrabat, I'd be very annoyed. I'd be very frustrated. I'd be extremely nervous. I'd be disappointed if I don't get the dream move because he is desperate to play for United. And that's the pull of Erik ten Hag. He wants to play under our manager. Amrabat wants his move. So I don't understand what United are playing at here. Either make the move or don't buy him. I mean, is this a ploy to bring Gravenberch in? That we've been linked with Amrabat all summer long and it's all been false. And the real option for the midfield is Gravenberch. Would I take Gravenberch over Amrabat? Yeah, I would. But knowing Amrabat's desire and willpower to get the move to United and he wants to play for the club under Ten Hag, you need to get that deal done. There is a deal there waiting to happen. I just don't want United being so slow on it because we've got, well, after tomorrow, you've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You've got 4 days. Imagine if we're Saturday by Tuesday, Wednesday, we haven't signed fucking anyone. Look at the situation we're going to be in then. Because what's United's priority? Well, it's bring that goalkeeper in, probably the left back, and then Amrabat. That's the order I think it will go in. It'll be Altay Banadi or Buendia. It'll be Cucurella from Chelsea, and then maybe Amrabat. That's 6 players this summer United have brought in, so that's 11 players over the last, yeah. So yeah, that's 11 players in 2 transfer windows in the summer one that United have brought in. Well, if you can consider the Sabitzer and Weghorst and Butler signing, that's 14 players. I think we should have brought Sabitzer, personally. I think United should have got that deal done with Bayern Munich, but United clearly weren't that ambitious about signing him, and I feel sorry for Marcel Sabitzer because he actually did a lot more in that midfield than some of them done in their whole United career. So I'm hoping United, I've said the order I think the transfers will happen in. It will be Altay, Banadia, Buendia. It will be Cucurella and then Amrabat. I'm hoping we're going to get Amrabat first before both of them. That is the plan now. Get both of them in quickly and get them in the team because we are going to need the backups for Saturday. Because if you look at it, you look at that squad, those 3 players are going to have to go straight in. But Buendia, the goalkeeper, will be on the bench as the backup goalkeeper. He'll probably be available for the Sunday game against Arsenal, which is going to be tough. But then you've got to get Amrabat in. You've got to have him here by at least tomorrow or Tuesday, doing a medical, signing the documents, and then them announcing as a United player. United have got to do it. If United don't do it, then what the hell are we doing? Because you've wasted 3 weeks, and I'm disappointed you've not done that deal. Donny van de Beek does not have to leave to sanction Amrabat. The Amrabat money's there for the Dean Henderson sale. So I can't understand where United, financial fair play, sell to buy crap. I can't justify that. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. Because the money's there from the Dean Henderson sale. You don't need to sell to bring Amrabat in now. You've got the Dean Henderson money. The Kovar money is covering the Fenerbahce goalkeeper move. So United don't tell me, we ain't got the money. Oh, the money ain't there. The money is there. The money is clearly fucking there. So United have got no excuses not to sign Amrabat. They've got no excuses not to bring in Cucurella. And that Altay Bandia from Fenerbahce, you've got no excuses. The money is there for all 3 of those players. It just depends, United, how quick they are moving them. United, what needs to happen tomorrow is, what does need to happen, Dean Henderson gets finalised, that Altay Bandia is his replacement. We then start working on Amrabat, get that agreed by Tuesday night, Monday night, Monday evening, get him in Manchester Tuesday morning, get him to do a medical, do all the press, do his photo shoot in United kit, get him announced, signed, then get Cucurella in on deadline day or on Thursday, and then your transfer business is done. That's 6 signings. Cucurella absolutely improves Man United's left-back position straight away. This goalkeeper, like I said, don't have a clue who he is. Never bloody heard of him. Apparently the best goalkeeper in Turkey. And he's a Turkish international. So he'll be the first ever Turkish player to play for Manchester United Football Club. And then, Cucurella, I think that's what I'm hoping is going to happen. Will it happen, though? Or are United going to drag this out to deadline day? Because United like to do it. United love to drag deals out to deadline day, and it gets very, very, very frustrating. So it's going to be a big week. Well, that's what I hope it will be, but it depends if United want to be quick and efficient and back this manager, because all summer long, I don't think he's been backed. I think Onana, Matt and Højlund was nowhere near enough. 3 new players for positions and 2 of the main players are out injured. So United really, all summer long, all they've done is Onana, because Mount's injured for 6 weeks. Rasmus Højlund is still not fit. So United really, if you think about it logically, we've only signed 1 player. And that's Onana from Inter Milan to replace De Gea. So United are they're in a bloody mess, aren't they? They're just in a mess. And it's been like this all summer long, because if you look at the state of Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, Newcastle, are they using financial fair play? No. Are they using sell to buy? No. None of those clubs have used those excuses that United have come up with all summer long to get the fans and us supporters off the backs. It's not going to work. Us fan base, Man United fans, Man United supporters, we ain't stupid, We have got a brain cell up here. We're not naive to your bullshit. You do not need to sell to buy. You don't need to use financial fair play. The money is there to spend, so fucking spend it. You can't keep coming up with excuses all the time, because my fear is, if they get Amrabat in this goalkeeper and Cucurella, they'll tell Ten Hag in January, well, you're not having anyone else. What do you mean you're not having anyone else? Well, you have to go with what you got. No, I'm sorry, I'm not going with what I got. I need another striker. Or you've got Martial. I don't want to use Martial. But he's your only option because we're not going to spend in January. What do you mean we're not going to spend in January? Well, we ain't got no money, Eric. Well, I would tell the board, well, you signed Onana, you signed Mount and Højlund. You've then got me in Amrabat and then maybe the goalkeeper and Cucurella. So you're telling me there's then no money to spend in January. So what are you going to do again then? Is use financial fair play and sell to buy to fuck me over? And that's what the board and owners are doing. They're absolutely bending Ten Hag over the table and giving him an absolute spanking. That is what they're doing. And they're doing it well. Don't beat around the bush about it. The way we operate, this board are absolutely destroying his manager's hopes. They are. They're doing exactly what they did to all the others. And all of them, the other managers were gone. So Ten Hag is being deliberately destroyed by the great Glazers, Avram and Joel Glazer, and Richard Arnold, John Murtaugh. I mean, what the fuck are they both still doing it? I mean, I see fan supporters praising, oh, look at Man United, we're getting all our business done early. Look at the job Richard Arnold and John Murtaugh have done to negotiate and all these fees for these players that United have got. Look how brilliant they've been. They've not been brilliant. It's been shambolic. You can't praise them. They've been shit all summer. They've been crap. Don't tell me they've done a good job, because we're panic buying on the last week. This is typical fucking, as Gordon Ramsay would say, this is a typical fucking nightmare. It's an absolute joke. Absolute joke. And what has Fabrizio Romano just tweeted? Can you tell me that tweet? Because apparently Romano has just tweeted about something going on with United. So we might have to go and have a look at that. But like I said, this is going to be a big week. And I'm hoping it will. Hopefully, it will no longer be Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire, Donny van der Beek, Eric Bailly and Anthony Martial. All of them will be gone. They will all be sold. Then Amrabat comes in. Will they try and get Gravenberch in? Will Pavard still sign? Will Todibo replace Maguire? Will we get the backup goalkeeper? Will we get Cucurella? anything can happen if Man United get their ass into gear, and Ten Hag will be pressuring them. And he'll tell the board, you've got to back me this week. No ifs, no buts, no excuses. And I hope United do it. I really, really hope United do it. Will they do it? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a big week. And I hope Man United do it. So let's hope it happens. So, yeah, it's going to be a big week. I hope you enjoyed the reaction to week 10 of this summer transfer window in 2023 with Manchester United. Hit the like button, the share button. Please keep subscribing to the channel and the community if you're new. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button. And remember to always remember, notification bell, put that bell on at all times so you receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more gaming content, including Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 4 Last Resort, Rocket League, FIFA 23, EA Sports, FC 24, more previews, more reactions, more transfer news, Deadline Day live watch along as well for Friday. And enjoy the rest of the week. Stay safe, be nice, and be kind to each other. You're all legends. You're all legendary. Look out for each other. Be nice to each other. And I will speak to you guys later on this week. Enjoy your Sunday evening. Thanks for watching.